Hey, what's going on YouTube? This video is a little bit different. Let me just say this. This is a gambling video, but I'm going to give you a little bit more insight on what I do, what I look for, what I go for, and why I get so much when I do so. So, a couple of things to note is that you take the cost of the initial item into account. These were 5 divines each on average. Some of them were 6, some of them were 7. If you look here, all of the mana rolls are near max. We actually got this one super cheap, pretty lucky. And basically we want that because when you're looking and hunting down a corrupted one, or not a corrupted one, when you're looking at hunting down an amulet, you want to see, what the price is, one. Two, if it's cheaper than the going price of a non-corrupted one, for say. Um, Often you will find corrupted ones such as these, if I, once I corrupt them, for a lot cheaper. And the reason we're doing amulets is because amulets can hit extra curse, and hitting extra curse on this would probably be a very, very high price tag. Being a 5 div item, which you have to actually go out of your way to farm for, versus, that. Now, initial investment was, we'll say, 28 div, so that went from, that just came straight from our pocket. We don't really have any upgrades to do, so the next thing we do is we make sure the implicits are all 30 attributes. In this case, intelligence. And do this. Nope, not 30, need to be 30. Bless orbs are extremely cheap, so if you can bless something, just bless it, it's worth it. They're all 30. Now we make the decision whether we want to add catalyst to them or if we want to catalyst them after. So a couple of things go into this choice. We look, what is our main stats? Well, attributes. Attribute catalysts are pretty cheap, but the stat that they use on this one specifically would be increased life mana. I can even see you using increased elemental damage, especially if you have the right damaging implicits. However, because you have 3 different types of catalysts that you can use, using a tainted catalyst is a lot more likely to hit you something pretty good. So that's the kind of decision making you have. If you have, say, Mage Blood, which has 2, it only has the attributes or the dex slash what do you call it? Sorry, it's attribute slash res fire slash cold res. You don't want to taint it first. You want to usually catalyst it up. Unfortunately, I didn't catalyst this one at all, and I was just like, whatever, yellow, and I hit the corruptions, which it's fine. That means I had to roll for a 1 and 2 to either hit attributes, which is just the dex at this point, or reses, and I chose reses, so I have a little bit of extra res off the top. But let's go ahead and just put 5 temples. I'm actually going to look for level 1s because I just want to blast through them. I don't have very many tainteds, so before I start this, I'm going to go ahead and come in here and buy some tainteds. Tainted catalyst for divine. You get 12 to 1. I don't know if that's good. If you look at like chaos, sometimes it's cheaper, 1 to 6. So maybe it is cheaper here. 1 to 7. 12 to 1 is pretty high, but if you did this, you need more gold, I guess. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and buy 100 if we can. No, that's too much chaos. 50. Yeah, I'm out of chaos. 30. Cool. Place order. Take my things. Obviously, I could get more. Now I think about it, I could just do this. I want chaos orbs. I have divines. 170 to 1. 170 to 1. Sure. And 69. You have a lot of chaos. So we'll get 6 div in chaos. And then We'll go back here for Tainteds. Tainted Catalysts. And trade them versus Chaos Orbs. Sure. 12 to 84. Got you. Is that right? 1 to 7. 1.674. So let's just do 10. See what you give me. 67. 100 is 674. Right? Do you have 100? Yeah, you do. Just gets rid of all of my thing. And a lot of my gold is gone too, so just keep that in mind. And then I can just do this, and then 10, let's try 50 to 8. Oh, no, that's not what I want. 1 to 6, 5, 10, 50. So 300. Just kind of increment yourself up. I hate Faustus for this reason, but that's what it is. Sure. Bunch of catalysts. Now, hopefully this one is fulfilled. And, yeah. Bunch of chaos down. No. I want them in here. It's 93, so last time around we hit no implicits. We were doing Aegis Aurora. This time we are doing this sexy amulet here, the Voice of the Storm. I have used it before. It is an insane amulet, and it is best in slot for a lot of builds, especially if you don't care about scaling crit. You can then scale just your flat damage, and lightning is the best element to scale flat damage for because of the range. When you have such a high top end with that kind of thing, you tend to use Voice of Storms. Now you can also make, lightning damage crit, but, oh yeah, I don't need to kill things, I forgot. You just need to run to the chamber. Alright. Jim Cutter's Workshop. This area. A quick little spin. And foil. First one. Ooh, that's huge. We just hit a rarity dual stat. So in this case, it's max rarity. I will price check this later. I'm going to share this in global as yeah, that's big. I'm definitely going to attribute this, try to attribute this with a tainted, but we can also settle for the mana and life as we said before. Or damage if we hit high roll of that. Either way, this is pretty solid. I would not put it past some high roller wanting this. Let's go ahead and hop right into the next one. Now, obviously, if you're doing armors, you don't need to worry about tainted catalysts. So, yeah, if you're doing armors, weapons, stuff like that, the other tainteds are extremely cheap comparatively. Another reason we want gold is for stuff like this. We want to be able to use Faustus, even if you do sometimes overpay, like I do, depending on, market and stuff. It's still worth it. You're able to just kind of quickly get the things you need. You can just blitz them out of the way. Go on to your next gamble. Go on to your next grind, Yeah, I missed. I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, okay? God. So we're gonna do the highest mana one next. We had another one. Lightning damage, leeches life, hatred, aura effect. Oh, that's nice too. It's back-to-back hits there. See, that's what we wanted to see there. Lightning damage leeches life is probably worth something. I'll do some price checking off of the vid because I don't have a weekend PoE trade and I don't feel like downloading it. So I'll price it off vid and like in my next video or two, probably the next one when I go over results of what I sold for, if I sell them or pricing, I'll share that with you. Most likely it'll be with a farming video of sorts, a strategy video. Oof, a first break. Oh, can't win them. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Oh yeah, let's turn off global. Fortunately, the brick was on our foily one, and the shiny foily disappeared. Now we have a 2 plus 2% spell suppress ammu, which is, you know, it's not an upgrade, is what it is. Well, hopefully with the corruptions I have, I will make my 28 div back. I'm guessing I will, but I could be wrong. Now, if you noticed a theme about this corruption and the last one, you are right. This is a Inquisitor build that is currently at the top percentage of builds played. Basically, I picked the unique items off of this build. One was the Aegis Aurora. That's why the roll was so expensive, is because it's like one of their best in slot shields. And the other was this. Nothing happened. We can resell this for 5 div. I'll put it for 4.5. That'll be undercutting all of the 5 div non-corrupted ones, so there's always that. Keeping the brick that we just did in mind, I would imagine we have a pretty fair amount of profit here. In which case we could just keep this gravy train rolling as soon as we sell one of these. Obviously, if you saw my tab, it's a whole bunch of uniques. Every one of those uniques has 2 implicits, or is white socketed if they're, they're armors. Now what you could do to increase the speed of cells is you can purchase a big bulk of tainted fusing orbs and Val orbs. If you do so, you are able to then 6-link all of those armors, and for people who are lazy or people who just don't want to deal with it, they won't buy something that isn't linked. So linking it when it's corrupted is pretty easy and extremely cheap. So it looks like we did not hit anything crazy here, but Purity of Fire with Determination is kind of neat, I guess. It's not nothing. But now, because we hit something crazy, we hit something that's worth mentioning and worth reselling, we can take and use Catalyst on it. If you see here, this one's also a catalystable, just a bit. I'll get into that in a second. First, we're going to get into this one. Now, there are a few possible hits that we want. The first hit is attributes, the other hit is life and mana. And the third hit is the lightning, is the elemental. So if we hit 19 or 20, we usually stop. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Critical modifiers, we didn't hit any crit. No resistances. Attribute modifiers plus 20%. It is 11, so that goes up to 13, and 4 goes up to nothing. Wow. Intelligence is up. Yep, this is pretty solid. I'll take this because this is int based, and it's the higher roll of int. Then we can take this one. and do the same thing. This one is more limited. We need either mana or elemental. Attributes doesn't do anything for us. There's life and mana, 23%. Fortunately, that's not the highest roll. Attributes with 17 doesn't do anything. Physical and chaos, unfortunately, we have neither of those. Attack modifiers. Do we have attack? We don't. We have elemental and elemental. So life mana at 20% will also give us the life percent leeches life up. So that is something to think about. .57 at 15. No, we could have settled at 17. I would say if we get 18, 19, or 20 for the life and mana, we stop. There's 17 again. Elemental damage, our thing goes up. Elemental damage at 19 or 20 is also good. So we have 18. This is 23% mana. And then 0.59 lightning damage each life. So, it's not the worst, not the best. It is what it is. I would say out of them, this attribute one's the best. It's also foily, so we can add another, tiny bit of tack on price tag to that. As always, take it easy, have a good one, and I hope your gambles go well. This has just been a little bit of an insight of what I do, how I look for stuff, and what I determine, if you want, I can go into more expensive items and how to determine whether or not it's worth it to define it first. Some items are, some items aren't. There are a big variety of items that are, but also an even bigger variety that aren't. So, as always, take it easy, have a good one. Catch you in the next video.